Now I gotta ride or die.
So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today you join me from the Series 1 in Dunelm Mill car park. It has been over 6 months, but this is my general 6-month owner's review on the Series 1 RS Turbo. Now, you guys remember that I bought this in the summer of 2020. We're now January of 2021, and I wanted to sort of go over a few things as we get some heating on in here, because it is incredibly cold today. In fact, I'm shooting this video at what is basically -1 degrees. Now, there'd be a lot of people out there be like, JB, what are you doing driving that in -1 conditions? But I feel that these cars should be enjoyed, appreciated, used to their full potential. I will not be defeated by various things like cold to enjoy this car, because if that was the case in the UK, you would never ever drive your car. I am a firm believer that classic cars should be enjoyed throughout the year. You shouldn't put winter wheels on cars and put various things and, you know, make sure they're all happy. Okay, it's been a while since I've done that. But yeah, I'm a firm believer in enjoying these cars all year round, but maintaining them properly. If you're not maintaining them properly, I do feel that you could be destroying it. I get that. There will be a lot of people out there that would be like, oh, but they're worth this and that and blah, blah, blah. Mate, if I can't enjoy a car when I want to enjoy it, there's no point in me owning it. That's the way I see it. Cars should be enjoyed throughout the winter. Yes, you can pick your days and stuff, but it's not why we're here today. We're not here to talk about the weather and cars. We're here to discuss my ownership of this car, because it has been now over 6 months. I did try and shoot this before Christmas, but of course Christmas got in the way, various other things, and the weather was a bit terrible, so I didn't bother. Now the weather is a little bit better, it's just a bit colder. I thought now is the perfect time to give my thoughts on the Series 1 RS Turbo ownership. And I'm going to try and dart in here. He's going to let me, yeah, of course you are. Now, the first things first, right? The bit I love the most about, especially classic car ownership, is that when you do drive it around and you enjoy it, people always comment on the idea of you owning it being just crazy. Oh, I remember one of these, I can't believe you own one now. I've just had it at the petrol station where someone's come up to me and said, oh, that's so cool. Like, my ex-boyfriend in, like, you know, 15, 20 years ago owned one of them. And, you know, we're having a laugh about values and how, you know, they've gone up and stuff. And they were like, oh yeah, I remember the inside, that's so cool. And I love the idea of classic cars for that. So if you're a classic car fan, you'll understand that part. The other part of it is just like, physically having the car in my possession is part of the ownership. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, there's been times, like, you know, with my Cadillac, that I've put online saying I've literally just gone outside to stare at it. That's exactly what I do with this quite a lot of the time. Yeah, you check your fluids and you check your battery levels on your chargers and stuff, but like, there's something about opening a garage or seeing something on your driveway that you've, you know, sort of wanted for quite a long time. That is specific to car, obviously. That isn't necessarily down to my ownership experience of this car. Now, ownership experience of this car though, let's really get into that. So, of course, you guys remember that I slightly broke it pretty much straight away when I bought this thing. The fuel relay, or a relay down here to my right knee, went a purple one that I think goes all the time. Again, I'm no guru on Ford, so please don't shoot me down in the comment section. I like American cars and Japanese cars and German cars. I like it all. So me coming to grips with what this car is like when I'm owning it and driving it is part of the fun, and that's what I sort of like to document at the same time. But that was really the only thing that's gone wrong. We did put a completely new fuel pump relay into the car with Ian at the works. Shout out to him, absolute legend. But he helped me put that in and helped me understand how this car works as well, how the relay goes from there to there, and that's a really, really big trigger. If this car isn't properly sending a relay, or that connection is dead, it will not start whatsoever. So that was a really good scenario to be in. To start off with, yes, things break, it's an old Ford, it's an old car, but it was nice to sort of experience that, so I know in the future that maybe that might be the specific reason why it's not starting, so that we can delve into that straight away. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because we've completely replaced all of the wiring and put new bits and bobs in there, so hopefully that doesn't happen. The other thing is driving it. Now, the driving experience of an old car, this I don't think is that far away from a new manual sort of hot hatch. Yes, you'll have a nicer interior and, you know, a comfier ride and stuff, but I don't think this ride's that bad. I think it's, after me doing, you know, I would say I've done about 1,000 miles in this car. That's not enough, I know, and I'm going to get people in the comments, I can't believe I've only done 1,000 miles, but I did buy this during lockdown. We had a bit of time, then we had Christmas, which was crappy weather, which I didn't really want to enjoy it in. Now we're here, and we're during a lockdown, and I'm on the way to my office now, so I can, you know, happily go and drive this thing. But it is like one of those things that I haven't really been able to enjoy too much. I've been on a couple of drives with some friends, I've taken it out to meets and stuff, but, you know, that was after lockdown, and there hasn't been really much happening after, which is such a shame. So my ownership, mileage wise, has only been about 1,000 miles, which is a shame, because I do want to enjoy this thing a lot more like I try to enjoy all the cars. You know, I put a good bit of mileage on the 106 GTI before it went to get its engine pulled apart and all that sort of stuff. Head gasket decided to poo its pants. The Cadillac, again, will get loads of mileage on it, and I'm just going to drive that round and round and round, basically, because it's going to need to be ran in, the engine's going to need to be fully bedded in. And this is another car that's like, it's so nice to drive round in, it's so nice to just poodle in, and the reaction you get from some people. Yes, I haven't bought a car for reaction based things whatsoever, or to please anybody. I do it to please myself, but like, enjoying it is part of it, and the enjoyment comes in pulling up into, you know, a petrol station and stuff, and actually getting to grips with the idea that people used to own these. And like, I think someone, the last time I took this out, someone said they bought one for like £3 once, and you think about now, they're like, oh, how much are they worth now? And I was like, oh, well, they're worth this much. And they're like, what the hell? Like, I can't believe how much they are. So that's really cool. Like, you know, people have enjoyed them throughout the years and throughout their ages as well, and I appreciate that as part of the ownership experience for me as well. Reliability, well, reliability is a funny one, because again, I've only done so many miles in it, so it's hard really to gauge reliability from those 1,000 miles and me just buying it. But I believe reliability is there if you keep it up together. I do believe that, you know, there is reliable parts to replace the parts that have already gone and various other things like that. The thing is though, the reality is, whatever I do with this car, however it goes, it'll always appreciate in money, it'll always appreciate in miles per gallon and all that sort of stuff. It'll always be one of those cars that you think, yeah, like that's really, really cool. It's nice to know, it's always reassuring that, you know, cars of this magnitude and, you know, value are increasing, and so's the demand. I've had various people offer me money for this car, and I haven't, you know, given in, which is good for me, if I'm honest, because there is other cars that I would love to enjoy at some point after, or, you know, during this ownership of this Series 1. But it is a huge tick off my list, even 6 months down the line, to go, yeah, we did that. I can't believe we did that. That's literally the coolest thing ever. I'm so happy that we were able to sort of accomplish that. And 6 months down the line, I'm still in that sort of same euphoria of, oh my God, yes, we did it. That's so bloody cool. And for that reason, the last 6 months have really been just like the happiest 6 months motoring, and I wasn't even driving the car. Just knowing that the car is there, just knowing that this was, you know, accomplished, say, is so rewarding for me. The rewarding drive, yes, I am a driver and I do like driving. There is a rewarding part there. She's flippy. The rewarding drive is there, 100%. The drive, the rewarding part is driving. but the rewarding part is ownership. And just knowing it's in my possession is the sickest thing ever. And yeah, I think as a whole then, the last 6 months have been a funny one. Lockdowns, Christmas, you know, various other things happened. I bought other cars, we sold other cars, we're selling other cars like the RS3. It's really reassuring to me to come back and sort of think that although I do have a sale date for this car, I do with every car bar the Cadillac, right? It keeps getting pushed back because I'm still thinking, well, no, I want to enjoy it a bit more. I want to, you know, gain a bit more, you know, paint on this bit, and I want to do the steering wheel, and I want to do this and do that, and that's always pushed back because of other things that are going on, lockdowns and stuff. And this isn't a, you know, 6 months I'm selling it video, because it isn't, but I just want to reassure you guys that the reality of YouTube is very different to the reality of life. This is a huge asset, and this is my house deposit I'm sat in right now. And you know, if the time comes, that could happen. If the time comes for me to buy a 3-door Sierra, that would happen. If an R34 GTT with a GTR kit came up, I would think about doing it. But it would take me a while, and that car then would sell. So it probably wouldn't happen. Do you know what I mean? It is a funny one. And although I like Fords, and we do a lot of Fords on the channel, and now this is my 6 months ownership of actually properly owning a car that's, you know, Ford related, I can tell that the community is fantastic. The people that used to own these cars love the idea that people are still enjoying them now. And although there is a couple that are like, why are you using it in the winter? Put the standard wheels on, because I hate those wheels, which is very, very strange to me. I think these wheels are sick. But what do I know anyway? What do I even know? But I like it the way it is, and I don't really want to change it. But yeah, overall then, the last 6 months have been a funny one, but my love has grown for this car. I don't think I gelled with it straight away. I still think the epiphany moment was coming in where I came to grips with the idea that I actually owned it. But, you know, 2 months in, maybe 1 month in, I did think, God, that's a lot of money sat there, and, you know, I could go and do this with that money, I could do this. And I was like, no, I'll stick with it. You know, it's not for sale anyway, and I don't want to hate it, so it was going to grow on me. You know, it's going to be one of those cars. And I think that was during the lockdown when you couldn't use a car, and I started to think, oh, bloody hell, what have I done? And I'm happy to report that although I had those feelings, and I'm going to be very transparent with you guys, because I say that in every video now, it has grown on me. It's seriously grown on me. Not that it needed to impress me whatsoever. It's just nice to know that financially and my love for this car is still there. And yeah, I'd have one of these in a heartbeat. So if you did want to get one of these, go and buy one now. I keep saying this on every classic car. Go and buy one now, because they are not going to be around for this price. Right now, you think the prices are bad now. They're going to increase constantly, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. And that's the only burden for some people, is the financial idea of this car being relatively expensive. And if you want one, please go and try and fund one. Go and try and buy one, because they're only going to get more expensive, and you're going to be priced out even more when the time comes. So yeah, that's my overall sort of thoughts in the last 6 months of this car. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. We are on the road to 200,000 subscribers, so please share, like, follow, subscribe, all that sort of good stuff. I'll see you all on the next one.